Okay, let's take a step back. Let's go to the beginning. If you're looking to purchase a home, whether it's your first time or you've bought 20 homes, we need to take a look at how do you get to the end result in purchasing that home. I speak with people all the time, and in speaking with people, what I find is the folks who have bought 4 or 5 homes tend to be the biggest offenders in not taking the right steps. And that can be an investor. Many times investors are going to be people who do this as a living, and so they really do know how to put things together. But people who have purchased a home over the course of time, when I'm speaking with them, they've bought 4 or 5 homes, and sometimes they kind of lose sight of where to start. And so what I want to talk to you about today was, where is it that you start when you're going to purchase a home? And I want to walk you through the steps as far as how do you come up to the decision to purchase a home, and at what point does it make sense to move forward in purchasing the home. If you like this video, please like, subscribe. I'm always here and happy to help. Okay, so I was talking to somebody the other day, and I asked them, for you, what real estate questions do you have? And a couple of different questions came up, and the first question was, where do I start? And it made perfect sense to me. They had a question of, where do I start and how do I do this? At what point do I begin? And what I want to do is just kind of walk you through the conversation that we had. This will only take a few minutes, but the information and the questions that he was asking are perfect questions, because I think that it always makes sense to work on the fundamentals. Whether you are a professional athlete, whether you're a professional in your field of any kind, you get up every single morning and you do your exercises. Why? Because of the fundamentals. You want to make sure that everything is checked off and everything is moving forward properly. So the first step is going to be to sit down with a loan officer. And I've had a loan officer, and I've had a reverse mortgage loan officer as well. I've had a forward loan officer interview, and I've also had a reverse mortgage loan officer interview. And I bring both of those up because I think that at the beginning and the end, we'll be able to thread this together to make it make sense. And sitting down with a loan officer makes sense. And the reason for it is this, is when you look to purchase a home, you do not know exactly where the rates are. You can Google them, and you can find who has the best rate historically. You can find a lot of different things, but you don't know specifically for yourself, where is your interest rate going to sit? What does your income look like? You know how much you make, but how does that look on a monthly base for your mortgage payments, for your principal, interest, tax, and insurance payments? How does that look? Sit down with the loan officer. The loan officer is going to tell you, this is how much you can expect a monthly payment to be. This is how much you can afford. Whether it is a $100,000 purchase price or whether it is a $15 million purchase price, the loan officer is going to let you know. And the loan officer is going to walk through with you, what are your overall expenses? You're creating your total debt to income ratio, your DTI is what they'll call it. And the debt to income ratio is going to come up from how much are you currently paying in your student debt? How much are you currently paying on your cars? How much are you currently paying on your credit cards? Any debt that you have that is shown to the credit bureaus, that is going to show up for your debt to income ratio. Now you take the back end of that for the loan and for the purchase price. For the purchase price, what do you qualify for on the purchase price for your debt to income ratio? And then what do you qualify on the purchase price for how much you're going to put down? So I have $50,000. Okay, you have $50,000. You can take this amount and you can put it towards the amount down total. You can take that amount, you have $500,000. You can take that $500,000 and you can put it towards the total amount. If you have a larger loan, it's going to cost more, so your debt to income ratio is going to be more affected by a larger loan than it will be by a smaller loan. If the interest rates are higher, then your debt to income ratio is going to be affected by the interest rates. So after you sit down with a loan officer and you find out from the loan officer, what can I purchase? That loan officer is then going to let you know. They're going to have a conversation with your real estate agent, and if your real estate agent has not introduced the loan officer to you, then introduce the loan officer to your real estate agent. As realtors, we know a lot of loan officers, and in this business, we're very intermingled. We tend to work with each other a lot, especially now in the current business time. There are mostly seasoned agents and loan officers that are working in the business, which actually is a very nice thing, because for the most part, all of us can communicate, and we've all been in the business for a long time, and when we communicate together, it helps a lot. The loan officer will give you a pre-approval letter. A pre-approval letter is going to let you and your realtor know how much you can purchase, how much purchasing power do you have. Based on that pre-approval letter, you will then be able to go out and look for homes in that purchase price amount. Looking for homes in the purchase price amount, talk to your realtor about where the market is and how things work. Silicon Valley, many times we will price the home lower than what we expect to have. So when I am working with a buyer, I make sure that the filters for the buyer's possible homes are actually set lower. When I start working with a buyer and they can purchase a $2 million home, I'm not going to set them at $2 million. I'm not going to set their filters at $2 million. I'm going to set them lower. And the reason for it is that we have to expect that there's going to be some running room there. Now, personally, I'm going to take a look to see what else is out there, if there's a home that's been sitting on the market for a little while and things of that nature. That's Silicon Valley. And there's also specific areas of Silicon Valley that will run the price up higher than other areas. And every strategy is different as well. So there's a lot of different moving parts to it. But that pre-approval letter is going to give you a hard number that you can purchase. If you like this video, if you like other videos that I do, please like and subscribe. If you have any ideas for videos, please let me know. I'm always here and happy to help. Hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.